Greetings friends of YouTube, Fuzzfinger here and welcome to Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So I'm going to begin this video by ashamedly admitting that I've never played anything from the Castlevania series, and this game of course is seen by many as the spiritual successor to many of those games on the basis that Koji Igarashi, who was the lead producer on many of the Castlevania games, has indeed himself moved out of Konami and into his own studio, which has created this game. Now, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night was a crowd-funded game. It raised a whopping $5.5 million in 2015 on Kickstarter, making it, at that time anyway, the #1 crowd-funded game ever. So, looking forward to getting into this. It's been quite a long time coming. I have played other Metroidvania style games, just not the Castlevania series, so hopefully I'll have a semblance of an idea as to the type of game. If you're not familiar with Metroidvania, then you are in for a ride, I will say that. But if you like those sorts of games, if you like action-adventure games, if you like RPG games, then there's going to be a lot here for you to love. And this, of course, has been made by the master, Koji Igarashi, so I'm expecting good things from the game. Let's get started. Okay, so Bloodstained Ritual of the Night begins on this galleon, and we are controlling Miriam, who is going to be the game's main protagonist. And she's woken up after a 10-year coma and ready to avenge the fact that the main antagonist has started to summon a load of demons into the world. So as you can see, if we examine the main menu here, it's general RPG affair. We have our stats over at the right hand side and some interesting data down at the bottom. So we'll go through the various menu options in due course. In particular, shards are particularly important, but that is something that we'll talk about when that feature becomes available to us. So to begin with, we'll go ahead and open our first treasure chest. This gives us a choice of weapons to equip, either a knife or the kung fu shoes. I'm going to go ahead and equip the knife, but you can of course play with either of these, and that will boost our attack damage up to 6. And straight away we get thrust into combat with our first enemy here. So the sidestepping ability in this game is something that's going to take a little bit of getting used to, and it's certainly something that I'm practicing with right now, so we'll talk about that in a moment, along with Cerulean Splash, which has come into play from our first shard. So I'll skip this scene for now so we can get straight into the action. You guys can obviously watch that if you play yourself. So basically then, shards are going to be equipped like items, and they give us access to certain spells. So the Cerulean Splash shard gives us access to this spell, which will launch a bouncing water ball, which can be used to damage enemies, etc. And also, I was just talking about the sidestep ability. It takes a bit of getting used to because you have to be running in the direction towards the enemy as you tap it to move backwards. So once you do get used to it, it's quite a powerful little manoeuvre. But expect things to go wrong to start with. So we're going to save our MP and not use our water ability unless we actually need to, which means we're just going to be sticking with our knife attacks. There's plenty of different weapons in this game that you can use, and I do recommend just checking out for secrets because there are plenty of them. But of course there's also plenty of other treasure chests as well. That light you just saw me smash, these are quite a regular occurrence throughout the level here, and they will actually restore our MP. And we just need to open this door using our magic, so we use the right analog stick to aim. And I've got to say, the graphics, the art style is super impressive. I really like it. Oh, one moment, something I just said activated Siri there. Go away. Right, let's carry on. Yeah, so I was just talking about the art style. Now, originally when this game was in development, a lot of people were not happy with the art style, but the developers actually did take that feedback on board, and the whole game pretty much got a complete redesign. So what you're looking at now is not how the game originally looked, which is really quite interesting actually. But pretty cool that developers did listen to the feedback. Now over here there's a way we can find a secret, which will give us a permanent boost to our health totals. This flying thing there can be a bit of a nuisance. mainly because it's so high. So we'll try and just get it down there. There we go. Tomato. So these are ingredients that we're looting. Right, in the chest is a country dress, which is quite a powerful piece of equipment. I'm going to recommend equipping that immediately. And there's the secret. An HP up, which I believe gave us a boost of about 8 or 10 points, was it? Wasn't really paying attention to the amount that we had previously, but I think it was around that. Right, come here, little flying birdie. He doesn't want to get killed for some reason. So we'll dodge the bad stuff there. Right, here's our first slightly stronger enemy. But this bird's going to get into the way. There we go. Oh, level up. So leveling up doesn't heal you, unfortunately, in this game. So we want to avoid that huge impaling spike thing. Otherwise you take damage, just like I showed you there. And a rusted ring is something we can equip immediately. So hopefully you guys can see straight away how the game operates, how it works. It pretty much throws you straight into the thick of it, as you can see. Though obviously things get a little bit more challenging later on, especially as we get to our first boss fight. Right, over to the left here, there's a chest. You can see the map exploring, the mini-map, as we head into areas we've not yet visited. And you can, of course, backtrack if you want to go to previous areas. Either because you missed secrets there, or you just enjoyed the scenery. Right, that tunic is not, unfortunately, as powerful as the item we're already equipping. The secret one that we looted earlier on. Right, so save points. Save points take the form of these benches. And I can't really show you here because I'm already at full stats, I think. But not only can you save at these places, but you can also restore your HP and MP to full just by interacting with them. Incidentally, as far as I'm aware, in true Metroidvania style, there are no auto-save points in this game. So make sure you use save points regularly. Otherwise, you're going to have a lot of backtracking to do when the inevitable happens. Let's throw some water at you. Okay, is that another shard? Yes, this is a directional shard, which is a different type of shard to the water shard we're using, but we can equip both at the same time. This is flame cannon. I'll just show you that briefly. There's the flame cannon, the directional shard, and our conjure shard is still equipped. So flame cannon will allow us to target where we want to shoot the spell. In this case, over at the cannon, so that we can make our way through to the next area. And let's replenish some of that MP. And a little bit more. So the dagger is a great weapon for fast attacks, as you might have guessed. But as I mentioned earlier briefly, there's plenty of other weapon types in this game, so we're not limited only to daggers. And it won't be long before we start finding some of those weapons as well. Just aim it at everything, just in case there's any more of those secrets, like the one I showed you earlier, where we boosted our maximum health. Yeah, these jumping things are really annoying. Yeah, come down here. Ah, no, face the wrong way, you silly woman. That's more like it. Another Cerulean splash. You'll probably get multiple of the same shard, but you can only equip one at a time. Oh, why did I jump the same way? Must have misaimed things then. Okay. Right, there's another weapon over here, I believe, or another chest. Let's just get rid of these things quickly. Right, level up again. I'll take it. And before we go any further, we'll grab that chest, that item, whatever it is. Oh, it's the Galleon map. Okay, so that won't actually explore the whole map, but it will put an outline so that we can see the areas we haven't yet visited. We can also bring it up in full. And SP rounds are soft ammo rounds, so we don't have a ranged weapon yet to make use of them. We can actually, I believe, counteract an enemy's spell with our own spell. So it's another way you can avoid damage outside of dodging or just moving out of the way type of thing. Right, the short sword, we'll equip that. It's a little bit more damaging than the knife, though slightly slower attack speed. Right, over here I believe there's another save point. And that'll just tell us about comboing attacks for more moves and stuff. Like I said, definitely make use of these save points. There's plenty of save slots if you want to, you know, create various checkpoints throughout the game. Which can be a good idea if you end up being underleveled later on and need to come back for anything. Obviously you'll have to make your way back though. Tattered Scarf, which surprisingly enough is actually stronger than the non-tattered scarf. But gives you a boost to stats. Yeah, let me know what you think of this game, guys. You get a pretty good idea of what it's all about, don't you, straight from the get-go. And I will leave a link in the video description if you want to support the channel by purchasing it for a great price. Let's see if we can kill this guy without relying on spells. Well, and I was going to say without taking damage. It's good practice early on, not just to rely on spells, so that you can get used to dodging and everything. Obviously you don't have to, but I do recommend it if you can, if you're able. Right, there's a platform there, but I don't think we can reach it. Not easily anyway. Anything secretive over there? It doesn't appear to be the case. Right, there is an enemy here, which is quite a strange little fella. And he does fly away, actually, if you don't kill him in time. So you don't get a whole lot for killing it. Sugar. Ah, thought we're just about going to kill that thing before it fired. Sometimes you take chances and they don't pay off in life, do they? Look at that, one more hit was all it needed. Right. We got a little taste of the boss fight we're going to be facing later there. Incidentally, even if you stand on enemies, but they aren't attacking you, you are still going to take damage. So make sure you keep your distance from them when at all possible. Right, the Claymore is a two-handed weapon. So clearly this is going to be a lot slower than the sword or the dagger. But it does do a nice amount of damage. And sometimes that's what it's all about, isn't it? Boing, boing. Look at that, 13 points of damage a hit. Right, this is where we need to go. Next up here. But for now, we'll just continue checking out the map. Oh, that's not good. Die. Thank you. Fire our spell. And when we come back through here in a moment, that enemy will respawn. Enemies respawn once you've crossed just one area, in fact. So we can save up there. But before we do that, let's just see what's going on down here. We've got a treasure chest. I think that's the treasure chest with the gun in, but I am going off memory. I've only gone through this area once. No, it's the hairband. Okay. But a hairband that's stronger than the horns we were currently using. Right, let's see what's over here. Oh, a couple more chests. Right, more SP rounds. And there's the gun. I knew it was close by. Right, now we can't access this way yet, can we? Oh yeah, we can. I did not know that. Secret area. Right, so we've got 1,000 gold and max MP up. Oh, I love it. Don't forget, the enemies respawn, so just be aware of them when you re-enter an area. Right, let's make our way up to the save point. There is another save point coming up in due course, but this is a good way to heal up, as I mentioned as well. So we've got a max HP boost and a max MP boost now. And what level are we? Level 3. So it'd be a good idea to try and get to level 4 before the upcoming boss. Though it's not required by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, that was a close one. Look at that. I'm getting used to it now. No spells cast and no damage taken. Right, we're heading up to the next level. So just move the obstacles around so that we can access where we need to go. There's a whip, which I'm not a huge fan of. But it seems to be a staple, doesn't it, in a lot of these types of games. Ah. Right, this area is quite challenging because you do get quite a few enemies all at once. So I do recommend just using your fire spell to kill that guy. And take care of some of these. Any more coming up? Right, well, we have got a chest here with a pirate hat, which we are certainly going to be equipping. Slight loss of intellect there. But for being dumber, we get to do a little bit more damage and have some extra defences. Right, there's nothing up there that we can reach at the moment. I checked it out earlier on. Right, you come over here. Like I said, we are about to heal up, so don't worry about the damage so much, as long as you're not going to die, of course. Oh, we got a new shard. Which one's this? Head flail. Attack by using a duller hammer's head as a flail. I don't think I've seen that one before. Let's just go down to the shards menu. Well, that looks fun. I mean, it uses a lot of MP, but crikey. Right. Want to be careful here. Okay, I think we go across here. I don't want to go into the boss fight just yet. Nope. Right, but we do want to head down before we go to the right. So we'll grab the potion. You can kill these guys, but I don't think they do any damage to you. Right, some more gold. So how much gold have we got now? 1,500. I'm not exactly sure what gold is used for, incidentally. But over here we have our final save point, so we'll definitely be using that to heal up, to save up. Basically, everything a save point can give you in this game, we are using it. And now we're going to head up to the decks. I'll just check. Oh yeah, we can't access the secret above us just yet. That's the pole that I was running across. Right, cutscene time.
So, Sleeping Beauty, you've decided to awaken.
So Jeeble is the main antagonist for the game.
Or is it not? After all the sins humans wrought upon us.
Johannes told me what they did to you. And you're right, it's horrible. But what you're doing now is just as bad.
No! No, there you are. What the alchemist
So Jeeble likes to play about with demons.
I intend to do is reshuffle the world. I'd say I've earned the right. Join me, Miriam. You're the only one who understands the pain I feel. What it's like to no longer be human.
What? I never thought I'd hear those words from you. I was the one that came to you broken, convinced I was a monster. And you told me...
This is nonsense.
You told me our power doesn't make us good or bad. Our choices do. I'd given up on my humanity, but you restored my hope. Don't you remember?
Master Jeeble, we must return.
Miriam, I tire of reminiscing with you. You're here to kill me, aren't you? Then first prove you can fight.
So Jeeble's going to be leaving us at this time.
No choice but to absorb shards.
But we've all played games long enough to know that he won't be leaving us alone.
If you can still claim to be human at the end of it all, then perhaps I might be more inclined to listen. Come, Gremlin. We're leaving.
Jeeble, wait!
Now, we already had a glimpse of this creature earlier on. Now we get to see it in its full glory and actually take it on in combat. This is actually a very tricky fight. But once you've got used to the routine, the pattern, then it's not that bad. I'm going to try risking the claymore, though the weapon is quite slow. So we get a couple of attacks in. Dodge the water, or not, as the case may be. Dodge the water again. That's better. Try and get as much damage in as we can. Right, and now we're just going to move over to the side. Let's go ahead and throw some potions around. Right, and now the enemy is just appearing here. We can still do damage to it, I believe. Right, jump, jump, jump. I thought we could do damage there. Oh yeah, we can a little bit, but it's quite tricky. Right, now it's going to have some extra attacks in its arsenal. Right, dodge those. Right, these things turn into enemies which you want to kill straight away. And we've leveled up. Get some extra attacks in, dodge the blue watery stuff. Right, they turn into enemies. Right, when the tentacle comes out, you're better off just jumping over it more than anything. Right, dodge the water! Once you're in the middle of an attack with the claymore, it's a little bit tricky. Right, dodge the grey thing, of which we get 2 this time, I believe. Yep. Let's go ahead and throw a potion on, just to be on the safe side. And we'll unleash some attacks, and jobs are good un. There we go. So you do have to make some decisions during that battle. We get another shard. As to whether you want to be a little bit more cautious and dodge all the attacks, or whether you would prefer to just try and take a bit more damage but get through things quickly. I pretty much went for the second approach there, but on harder difficulties, when you're going to be getting one shot, then it's not really going to be an option.
Just a flicker. That was the Jeeble I know. I will put a stop to all this.
So there we have it, our first dungeon is complete. Our first boss is defeated. And we got to level 4, killed a bunch of enemies, got some nice items. And that, I think, will serve as a good introduction for the game, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So we'll just go through the opening cutscene here of the next section.
We're here.
Was this a village? What happened to it? The demons Jeeble summoned?
They've moved faster than we hoped. Miriam, we have to hurry. This was where we were supposed to meet our contact.
All right. But wait. Let me clear the area. There are still demons about.
So at this point we can move on, or we can just head back, which is exactly what I'm going to do since the save point is so close. And this way, if there's any secrets that you've missed, then you can go back to the dungeon, in this case the galleon, in order to go ahead and explore further. But I'm going to finish off here today, guys, so I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I will, as I say, leave a link to where you can purchase the game yourself if you wish to do so. And I'm having a lot of fun with it. I'm looking forward to seeing where things go from here. But if you want to see more videos on the kind of stuff I cover in the future, then please do make sure you have subscribed to the channel and hit that lovely, shiny bell notification. But that's it for me for today, guys. Have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Well, thank you so much for stopping by, checking out the video today. Now, perhaps you might consider becoming a YouTube channel member. Doing so not only supports me as a creator, but it also bestows upon you certain cool bonuses, such as the ability to have your name stand out in YouTube comments and live stream chats, as well as having yourself credited in every future upload that I do. If that sounds interesting, check out the join button, which you can find just below if watching on PC.